If you own a Chicago high-rise condo and you're thinking about moving, maybe to the suburbs, maybe out of state, you might be wondering whether now is actually a good time to sell. And I talked to a lot of high-rise owners who are asking the same question. Speed it up! Right now. And they're seeing headlines about housing, hearing different things about the condo market. And they're not sure how their specific building fits into all of this. The reality is, selling a high-rise condo has its own rules. And if you understand what buyers are looking for and how buildings compete with each other, you can put yourself in a much stronger position before you ever list the unit. So in this video, good folks, I'm going to walk through 3 things every Chicago high-rise owner should understand before selling. Let's start with something a lot of sellers underestimate. High-rise condos operate in their own little micro market. If you list a home in Chicago, buyers are usually comparing homes across a neighborhood. But when you list a high-rise condo, buyers often start by comparing units within the same building. That means amenities, HOA fees, building reputation, and even the condition of the hallways and elevators start to influence the decision. A well-managed building with solid reserves and reasonable assessments can attract buyers quickly. But a building with rising HOA fees or deferred maintenance can slow demand down, even if the unit itself is beautiful. That's why understanding your building's position in the market is just as important as preparing the unit itself. Hey, listen, before we go further, if you're interested in Chicago real estate insights like this, especially around urban living, condos, neighborhood strategy, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's a way I can get it out and those YouTube gods can bless my content with you good folks. I do it every single week. Now let's talk about what buyers actually look for when they're shopping for a Chicago high-rise condo. A lot of sellers assume buyers are focused mostly on the interior, the kitchen, the floors, the finishes. Those things of course matter, but they're usually not the first filter. The first thing many buyers evaluate is the building itself. It's the first thing they're actually going into. They want to know whether the HOA is financially stable, whether the building is well maintained, and whether assessments are reasonable. Location also plays a big role. Buildings near transit, walkable neighborhoods, grocery stores, parks, and restaurants tend to attract stronger demand because buyers see the lifestyle benefit immediately. Natural light, views, layout also influence decisions. A bright unit with good windows and a functional layout can outperform a larger unit that feels dark or outdated. If you're thinking about selling your Chicago high-rise condo, whether you're moving to the suburbs or relocating out of the state, there's a link below where you can schedule a real estate consult. I also have it in the upper left corner. There's a QR code. We can talk about the building, the market conditions, and what strategy would make sense for you. Now let's talk about mistakes I see high-rise sellers making. The biggest one is pricing based on what the neighbor sold for last year without looking at current competition in the building. Remember, buyers are comparing units side by side. If 3 units are listed in your building and yours is the most expensive, it needs a clear reason, a justification for that price. Makes sense. Another common mistake is ignoring building information. Buyers today often ask about reserves, planned projects, and HOA financial health. If those details aren't prepared ahead of time, it could slow down the sale. And finally, presentation matters more than people think. Small updates, lighting improvements, and staging can make a significant difference in how buyers perceive the unit. Selling a condo high-rise isn't complicated, but it does require a clear strategy. Buyers today are informed. They compare buildings carefully. They pay close attention to both the unit and the building itself. If you prepare early, understand your competition, and position the property correctly, you can put yourself in a much stronger position when it's time to list. And listen, if you're curious about how your building is performing in the market right now, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to do a no obligation consult and analysis I'm always ready to help.